Let's talk about banks here now, because banks still do need to do more to improve their day-to-day services, particularly when it comes to being clear about fees and charges, according to a customer satisfaction survey. Let's talk to our old friend Jasmine Birtles. Hello, Jasmine, personal finance expert from MoneyMagpie.
Hello, Andrew. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. I always like to go straight to the ranking list here. Who's the best and who's the worst? Should we shame somebody first, or should we congratulate?
Yes, with banks, the best, is First Direct. First Direct regularly wins because their service is good. And the worst, yet again, is RBS, plus HSBC, interestingly, because HSBC, as you know, owns First Direct. So those are at the bottom, according to which.
Well, HSBC are absolutely rubbish at mortgages, aren't they? They always do lots of headline rates, get lots of phone calls in, and then it takes 15 years to actually to get the paperwork in. Then they say no. That's what I hear.
Well, I think the main thing with HSBC is also that if you call up for some help, you are immediately put through to people who are on the other side of the world. And if you want somebody or to speak to in this country, or certainly in your bank, you have to pay for the higher grade of bank account. Whereas with First Direct, if you call up, and as you know, First Direct is a telephone bank, if you call up, you are always speaking to somebody in the UK. And I think this is part of the problem with quite a lot of financial companies. They've put their call centres a long way away, where it's a lot cheaper for them, but makes the customer feel that, frankly, they don't care, because, well, you know, we have so little interest in you that we will put your questions long way away to people who are highly intelligent, certainly, but they don't necessarily know what you're needing right here and now.
Indeed. Well, people do want another person to speak to, whether it's medical services, as we've heard about this week, or whatever. You want a person in front of you, don't you? And actually, the banks don't want branches and people, because branches and people don't make much profit, and they cost a lot of money, don't they?
Yes, this is the problem. And I think, in a way, it boils down partly to the fact that we have allegedly free banking. And I say allegedly because, of course, the other thing that which report says is that there are all these fees that are quietly put behind, you don't realise, suddenly you're getting charged for this, that and the other, and it's all very confusing. Because banks are companies, they are businesses, they need to make a profit. So, if we don't have actually paid for accounts, which frankly is what most banks do in most countries in the world, then, they've got to make their money in some way. At the same time, though, in theory, you would think, and this is what the BBA says, they're competing with each other. So really, you would expect them to want to be giving a good service. But of course, they are, on the one hand, they're needing to make a profit, but on the other hand, they're wanting to keep us. But because we're not switching very much, we could be switching between banks, but we're not. The banks are kind of able to get away with quite a lot, because they think, they probably won't leave. We'll still keep charging them, still keep, treating them like they're second-class citizens. Yeah. Doesn't really matter, because they won't leave anyway.
No.